I do not know what's going on with this season of The Bachelor. They really came with the gimmicks this time around, like starting quick. If you thought what was happening first night when the limo interest is, no, baby. They are besting you yet again, right and early. We have an episode that includes grown women, okay, 22 to 31-year-old women dressing up in costumes and playing tennis with puns like bun and wiener, and a beauty pageant, okay, with judges from the Golden Bachelor. Like, what is this? And KFC chicken at a pool party. I was not expecting this for our recap of week 3 of The Bachelor, but this is what we have. So let's get into this. This episode of The Bachelor consists of 2 group dates and 1-on-1 date. 9 women go on the beauty pageant date. So like the very first part of the challenge is they have to dress up in their Sunday best. So one girl just puts Joey on her clothing. I just don't like these kinds of days. I do not know what it is the purpose of them, but basically for Joey, the purpose was to see which girl makes herself seem so uncomfortable and so silly and so out of her norm. That's how I can tell that she really went for it and she's really pushing herself. Like some of my highlights from the talent portion of the dates, we're gonna be Awena doing a song off the cuff.
It's been a long time coming.
Okay, so I was just watching SNL and I was watching J-Lo was a musical guest. Edwina with no music experience sounds better than J-Lo does. That is high praise for Edwina and sad for J-Lo. Sydney's was so funny. So like the whole episode, they keep hyping up Sydney being like, oh, you guys, just get prepared, okay? So like, you guys are just going to see magic happen. Like, I have an actual talent, unlike some of these other girls. So get ready.
But I have been in pageants before. Oh, so I'm like, what is happening right now? I think he's gonna like this side of me.
Why does this girl come out and do a cheer? Like a, hey, one.
L-O-V-E, Joey is the one for me. Everybody.
I like Joey. Yes, I do. Like, that was it. And the whole crowd, silence. The girls are laughing. I love Edwina in the diary room because Edwina's just like, she was just so impressed for herself. It was so hilarious. The girl who ends up winning is Kelsey because she's like, comes out and she's like, for my talent, I've been told that I am the best kisser. Joey, come on up here. Joey goes up there, kisses her. Joey is goofed. He is goofed and gaggled. The Golden Bachelor ladies are like, wow, she did that one. She did the big thing right there. So she wins. And Joey really likes that she made herself uncomfortable and really did something that was out of her comfort zone, and he appreciated it. I think it was partly ballsy of her, but also like a little lazy, but he read ballsy more so than anything, so I guess she picked right in that regard. The girls are initially like really upset about it, but like at the competition they're actually hooting and hollering because I think they're just like gagged that she actually did that. So we get to the night portion of the day and the girls are just talking about, oh, wow, we can't believe Kelsey got the group date for just like doing a kiss when someone was like wrote poetry or did a cheer. Yes, calm down, Sydney. But Sydney gets on her big soapbox again about how like her and Kelsey are friends and everyone should be so mean to her. And they're like, no one is being mean about Kelsey. We're just upset we didn't get the group date rose. That's what happened. We all get upset that we don't get the group date rose. You would be upset that you didn't get the group date rose. That is how The Bachelor works. We go see the girls do a little, we all do a little activity. Some girls talk to Joey more than others. Some girl gets the rose. Some girls get home and we're always upset. That's just how it goes. Like, that's what we do here. Like, what else? We can't read books. That's what we do. I really don't like Sydney. I hope she leaves this episode. I hope she's out of my life forever. Again, Madina pulls aside Joey to talk about how she feels in the house. Again, using her time to talk about the most pertinent thing. Again, my thing is like, you don't know this man yet. Things are so new. And the most important thing isn't what's going on right now in your life. It's like your past. Like, who are you outside of the house? Not what's going on in the house. And I don't know how to make that click for anyone, but apparently it doesn't. Madina here messes up like big time. Because he's like, okay, so what's going on? And Madina's like, well, I just don't feel... I think the word Madina wants to say here is uncomfortable, but instead she says, I feel like I'm being bullied. Bullied? Joey, when he hears this, he's like, what do you mean bullied? And Medina's just like, it's just like how I feel with like the things that have been said, and I feel like I've been really pressured to say things or react. And Joey's like, who is it? Okay, if you have the balls in you to say that you are being bullied, you need to have the balls to say that who it is, because otherwise what are you doing? You're just like causing drama, you're just like causing like conjecture. Like, you just need to say it, because Joey can't do anything with the information. Just like, okay, you feel bad, that sucks, but like, how can I resolve that? So he goes back out to the girls. I messed up Lexi and Kelsey, by the way. So Lexi kissed Joey, but she didn't get a group date rose, but Kelsey A does get the group date rose. So Joey goes back out to the girls because he needs to give his group date rose. And the first thing he says, which is really odd.
So I'm not someone that loves drama, but I have heard stuff tonight. And if there's something I need to know, I need to know it, okay?
But then doesn't say anything else. And he's like, oh, by the way, yes, I do have to give the rose. I'm guessing someone who was in the ear was like, Joey, you have to give the group date rose. Now it needs to happen now. And so he does give it to Kelsey A. And then he follows up with the last minute, yeah, we need to talk about and discuss that thing that Madina was telling me earlier. We didn't say Madina, but like the drama that's going on, but like, don't we want to do that right now? So he just like dips out. He literally like set up the drama and then was like, actually don't want to do anything about the drama, and then just scurries out. This obviously ruffles a few feathers, particularly Maria's, because she's like, is this plot about me? Sydney just feels so attacked. She just feels so attacked with all this going on that she's like, I can't deal with it, and walks away. And then she walks back and does her big soapbox moment yet again, just having to let the girls know, just letting Maria know that she feels like she's being gaslit. You're not being gaslit. Like, I do not know where these girls pick up these words or why they think these words mean what they do not. You're not being gaslit. Maria is saying facts. You are taking them the wrong way, and then you are trying to gaslight. If anyone's gaslighting, you are gaslighting Maria, because you're trying to make her think her reality is not real. You're trying to make her think what the situation is not actual. But all the other girls know that. We all know what actually things are going on. This can be like, oh, I'm in a negative environment. You are creating a negative environment. I do not like this girl. I honestly think sometimes when the producers are casting it, they think like, okay, this girl will definitely be drama. Maybe Joey will like her, but like, she's definitely the drama. This just really sucks, because a lot of the girls will say throughout the episodes that Maria is not a bad person. She just says things straightforward and she's confident. That's it. Like, maybe Sydney doesn't know what to do with that, but that's all it is. Maria, since she is an adult, grabs Madina and just wants to say, just make sure that we're clear, girl, that the beef is done, that you're good, because I'm good, and we can like let bygones be bygones and like move on and actually pursue what we're actually here for, which is Joey. Madina agrees. Things are beautiful. Things are great. I'm over here being like, yes, let's go back to love. Doesn't happen. Ginny gets chosen for the one-on-one date, and they go surfing because Joey really, really, really wants to make sure that anyone he ends up with is okay to do his exact hobbies. Joey, do you not know that you can date someone and you guys do not have to share a hobby or passion? I don't mind Ginny and Joey together, but they're just like two attractive people being attractive to each other, and that's fine, but I don't know how long that will last. And since Ginny has an early on first date, I don't know how that's going to go for her, because I feel like if you don't have a really strong connection cemented up front, it's really hard for you to last the rest of the episodes, because you're not going to get another one-on-one. If you do, until like the final 6 if you are lucky. One thing Ginny does open up about, which I will give it to her, is about how she grew up in a home where her parents were abusive to each other, so much so that like as soon as she had the opportunity to leave, she left the house, and she doesn't talk to her father anymore. She has no relationship with him, and that's one of her big things. I think that was really interesting to hear, because I feel a lot of people don't talk about, like, kids may talk about like your parents being separated or not together anymore, but like some people just do not talk to their family members because it's no longer healthy for them. Like, that's not a healthy environment, and I think it's very brave and very strong to like know at a young age that those people are not good for you. For the other group date, they have the girls do tennis matches, but the key here is like the little twist that they put on it is that they will be competing in punny costumes. And you know what really sucks? They're not competing for any prize. Like, the person who wins, like the 2 people who win, don't get anything. It's just his admiration. We have Autumn and Daisy as their crybabies, so they're both just dressed up as crybabies. Nothing much to it beyond. Hot Dog and Bun It's Star and Rachel. The Beehive with Jess and Caitlin. So one girl is literally the hive and the other one is the bee. So that's how they are Beehive. And then lastly, I have Evelyn and Kelsey T as Butter and Lobster. I would have really appreciate it. Like all the girls are really into it. Like, they're making like puns here. They're really into it. Kelsey T's little butter thing on her head is like really jiggling and makes Joey laugh. Also impressively, Evelina, and Kelsey T are the best at tennis and they end up winning their doubles matches. But again, they don't get anything. They get like a little trophy, but that's it. No more time with Joey. So I'm like, what's the point? He just really wanted to see how foolish these girls could be. On the night portion of the date, we see Joey cementing his relationship more with Daisy as well as Caitlin, which I'm happy about. I love Caitlin. Caitlin actually ends up winning the group date rose for this because she talks about how she's trying to break generational curses because all the women in her family are single, and she's like, we gotta get this done, which because Joey likes. When we get back to the house, we learn that the cocktail party has actually been canceled, and all the girls are freaked out because this does happen sometimes where the bachelor's like, I think I have enough information to make my decision right now, which freaks out every girl who has not had an actual conversation with him, which shouldn't be the case because you have these 3 dates, right? And that's your time. But no, we learned that actually things have just been changed to have a pool party date brought to you by KFC Chicken. That's it. No, that's Miss Nommer. Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, so I don't have to say that chicken part again. Okay, stupid. Okay, and we have the girls doing testimonials about why they like chicken so much and why KFC is so great. And I'm like honestly so glad that they did not make a black girl do this because I'm like, if you guys make a black girl do the KFC chicken thing and I see little memes of black girls holding KFC chicken, I would not be happy, Bachelor. We already messed up with Rachel Lindsay, one of the Hannahs, Chris Harrison. Okay, those days are over. Let the people enjoy their KFC chicken in peace. Everything's good. All the girls are having a grand old jolly good time. But of course, Sydney was not having it. Sydney was like, no way. All the girls cannot be having a fun day with Joey. No, we have to bring it down. Also, I see Maria looking a little too good in that 2-piece swimsuit. We need to bring her down. So she pulls him aside and says, yeah, so there has been a lot of bullying going down around here to Madina about her great age of 32. The thing here is that, like, yes, maybe Maria did make a statement about her age, but you guys are the ones who keep reiterating it. You guys at every turn are being like, Madina is old. Everyone needs to know how old Madina is, that it's a problem that she keeps talking about. Girl, what are you doing? And she's like, you know what? I know Madina won't name names, but I will name names. It is Maria. Maria is causing all the problem here. Maria is bringing the house down. Joey, he's like, okay, now that I have a name, I can't just be silent on this. And also, WTF, I actually like Maria. So what are we going to do about this? He pulls Maria aside. He had already talked to Maria earlier in the day. So this is another instance of someone's time being taken away for a stupid conversation. Maria is just shook about this. Oh, also the moment he pulls aside Maria, all the girls are like, oh, gosh, there goes our time with Joey. There goes the whole day wasted. Thank you so much. Now we don't have time with him. Maria is just sitting there listening patiently, and she's like, who is telling you this? Sydney is telling you this? That is not what happened. She's just very confused. Her whole entire face is confused. She's like, that is honestly not what happened. And to Maria's credit, I'm so glad she said this here. She was like, if you actually believe her and not me, or you're gonna pursue something with her, you can't like both of us, like, because what is going on are very two different points of views. We're very two different types of people who have no overlap whatsoever. And Joey's just like, yeah, you know what, talking to you and talking to her, it makes me think that I'm missing something, or like the way that Sydney was talking was not the truth. Yes, Joey. As an outside observer, it was not the truth. If something felt off, you should have asked her more questions. He literally says, I probably should have asked any more questions. Or you just took her word. Well, it's just like, we're being bullied by Maria about Madina's age, and it's this big thing, and just ran with it and went back to Maria. Why? Like, literally, why? What's gonna happen? Evelyn's about to go home now, and that's all on you, Sydney. I hope you sleep well at night. Okay, Evelina was gonna go home either way, but just want you to know, we're upset. And that closes out the pool party early. So we immediately kick off to the rose ceremony. And something I didn't realize is that all the girls go and stand in like their assigned spots. I don't know why I thought someone like kind of corralled them together and they just kind of like did like a free for all, but it was interesting to see they had like actual spots. And I'm like, how do they know? Do they have to get rehearsed before when they're doing that walk in? I'm like, how many times do they have to do that to like know that's where they need to stand? These are the things I think about when I'm watching reality television. Like, I'm literally dissecting it. The first rose goes to Lexi if you care about that sort of thing. If you do, it usually indicates that's kind of like who he feels he hasn't validated enough and still's got a top pick for him, so he has Lexi. The last person to get a rose is Sydney. Maria does get a rose, obviously. And so this should be an indicator that, like, girl, your ass is on the line. That's usually how I see like the last date rose is like if things had worked out any other way, someone else would have been here. So count your blessings, count your days, because you might not be here so long. All right, that is the episode. They do tease that next episode we will finally see a 2-on-1 between Sydney and Maria. And if you don't know what that means, it basically just means that it'll be a 2-on-1 date, but there's only one rose. So it's like two people enter, one person leaves. Who is going to make it? Maria, hot girl from Canada who's an executive assistant. Sydney, whose job or state I do not remember because she's just been really mean and only talks about drama. Who is going to come out on top? It's going to be Maria. Hopefully we all know it's going to be Maria. And the episode ends with this really funny sequence where Jesse, the host, is just talking about how to say, Joey, and here's time for the final rose, or please say your goodbyes and leave, while eating fried chicken in the pool. And I just think it's such a vibe. Like, I want to be eating fried chicken in a pool. Like, I had some KFC today. Maybe I wanted KFC today because I saw The Bachelor on Monday and I was like, let's get KFC. Because my mom was like, do you want Popeyes or KFC? I was like, KFC. So KFC, you did that because you subliminally implanted in my mind the need for KFC. All right, guys, that is it for me on my ramblings for week 3's episode of The Bachelor. Please let me know down below, what do you think? And I will see you same time sometime next week. I post these things really erratically, but if you like, subscribe and put your notifications on, you will get notified whenever they come out. But it's always going to be before the next one comes, and that is a guarantee.